Hello friends, this is Dhananjay here, and today I'm going to show you how to build the chassis of your robot. So let's start with the materials required. Firstly, you're going to need two wooden boards with drilled holes like this. You're going to need two DC motors, both require 9 volts, a plier, star and minus screwdrivers, two wheels, wire stripper, caster wheels, and a few female pin connectors, L clamps or U clamps, or to attach your motors to your chassis, or you could also alternatively use glue or some sticky paste. Um, Tons of screws, medium, large, small, along with a few wheel screws and nuts, and two 9-volt batteries, and a development board or an Arduino. So first you need to start off by putting your motor inside your L clamp or U clamp, or by just pasting it to your wood, your wooden board over here. So that can vary from from clamp to clamp. Alright, so once you're done, you should have something like this, two of these. Alright, so the next thing we're gonna do is fix it to the bottom of our wood board. Right, and as you can see, I've already drilled these holes in advance. You should do so too if you're using a clamp, or you can just directly paste your motor onto your board. So once you're done, it should look something like this. I have put the two boards over here, and yeah, and be sure to use long screws over here, not just small ones, like really long ones. Okay. Alright, so next take your caster wheel and insert some 3 screws into it, or how many holes your caster wheel has. Insert those many screws into it. Alright, so now that you have the 3 screws in your caster wheel, insert them inside the 3 holes that you've drilled on your board. Like that. Alright, so when you're done, you should have something that looks like this, somewhat. And so the next step would be to take out 4 nuts, and place them on top of these long screws. So get an appropriate height for this. place all the screws here about the same level. This forms the base, on top of which we're going to lay our second base, right? So alright, so when you're done with that, you should have something that looks like this. Notice how the nuts are balancing the upper wooden piece, right? So you can adjust its height as you please, but be sure to get as little of screw on the top as possible, because this is the base on top of which we're going to lay our development board or Arduino. So now the next thing would be to add some electrical tape to this. Alright, so the next thing to do would be to get this double-sided padded tape to make a soft base or cushion for to place your development board, right? So okay, and remove the cover on top. Alright, okay, so now that we have a base, we're going to place our development board on top of this. Alright, so we're pretty much done with the chassis. Now to connect the motors to our motor terminals is the next task. Alright, now for the next part, to connect the motors to the motor terminals, we need to take our screwdriver and loosen the screws over here, right? And connect the red wire from the left motor to L plus and the black wire to L minus. But for the right motor, we need to connect the red to R minus and black to R plus, opposite. And this is to reverse the polarity of the motor. And this is done because, as you can see, the left motor is facing this direction, but the right motor is opposite. So we need to reverse the polarity here, so that when this moves straight, this will also move straight, right? Alright, so next what I did was I took a battery connector and two batteries and I connected them, and using the double-sided padded tape, I taped them to the lower wooden base, and then I connected them to 2-pin connectors as shown, and connected them to the power outlets over here. And similarly I did this another time. 2-pin connector connected to a battery connector, connected to a 9-volt battery, which is again taped to the bottom base. And now your robot should be functional. Yeah, so your robot is now functional. Like if the light comes on, it's functional. Thank you.